Hello, this is Keith, aka Camera Jumper, and this is May 5th, 2012. I just purchased or just received a couple of days ago the new version 2 Drangonlink OSD and the Drangonlink long range system. And just a quick go through the my setup here, to maybe have somebody critique and maybe figure out some of the issues I'm actually having. The video and the power to OSD comes through actually a little harness that I purchased through Ready Made RC. Made it very easy to hook up the video camera and the power supply for the OSD. That was a piece of cake there. The current sensor, that was actually the last thing I hooked up because of the confusion that I had seen from RC groups. How you wire the current sensor. Once I got that straight, plugged that in, that worked fine right from the start. The RSSI with the center pin pulled out and hooked up to the receiver as directed. This little servo, which I happen to have hooked up right now just to make sure it's working. And this side of the board and the receiver is actually powered by a VEC. And then the throttle, which is #1 channel for me on my JR radio, is hooked up with the red pin pulled out since I'm running the VEC. And the PPM cable, in the manual will tell you to hook it up with channel 9, as I did. But this is a new channel 12 receiver, so you actually have to hook it up to channel 12. So I spent a lot of time figuring that out. And thanks to Fantastic on RC group, he kind of gave me a little link, showed me to hook it up to channel 12, and that seemed to work after that. The GPS works right from the start, as just about everything else other than the PPM issue, but now it's not working. It doesn't recognize on boot up. It will flash once, the red LED will flash once, but still not be recognized. On occasions when you boot up, it'll actually have a solid red light, but still will not be recognized. So I'm not sure how to resolve that. Currently I have the video, that's the video OSD voltage, and I'm going to hook up the main battery pack. Alright, and we're good there. Have power, the servo, and throttle. Now what I found out is if I just happen to disconnect the video and OSD, say if the battery died, the throttle will now start to beep and as it's lost signal, even though I still have power to this side and supposedly to the receiver. I've even hooked up the BIC straight to the receiver and did the same thing, and still I have there's no throttle control. So if you lose your video and OSD power, if that's being supplied by a battery, it seems to me you actually have lost all control, basically, unless there's something else that kicks in. I don't think the autopilot would, or failsafe would resolve that, because the throttle is not even hooked up now, because I have no throttle on my radio right now. So now if I hook this back up, the OSD, it'll seem to be resolved. I do have my menu kicked up on the menu, or excuse me, on the knob, which I'll need to make corrections. Now after actually replugging it back in, now I have no menu at all now. There we go. And hang on a second here. There we go. So it's a little sensitive. I'm going to redirect my knob to actually the switch, and it makes it a little better. Now here's an issue that I found out too, is if I hook up, and let me do this real quick. If I hook up the main battery first, the main pack first, and not the OSD, there was no signal to the throttle. I don't know if that's the way that's supposed to be, or if I'm supposed to hook this up in the correct order. Now I just hooked up the video and OSD. Sorry about that. And we're fine. So I don't know if things actually have to be hooked up in the correct order, the video, OSD, and then the main battery pack, or there's something actually wrong. Still, I need to resolve the issue with the GPS, and then actually can probably install everything. If there's any comments you can give me some help, please do so, and I want to thank you.